Why do billionaires like to use trusts as a way of financial management? Let me tell you. Hello everyone. This is Brown's Wealth Management Watchtower. I am committed to building a visionary watchtower for you so that you can discern direction and move forward steadily in a complex and ever-changing investment environment. Trust is the most common investment and financial management method in this billionaire circle. It is truly a magical existence. Murdoch successfully used trust to transfer all the money to his children, leaving his wife Deng Wendy almost penniless. This trust is really amazing. We have heard a lot about it, but know very little about it. Trusts keep their promises and are entrusted by others. So we say the three most important roles in trust. The key points are the principal, the trustee, and the beneficiary. In other words, these three parties have established a game rule. For example, if the principal, such as me, for some reason, entrusts this property to the trustee to help me keep it, and the final income is to be distributed to this beneficiary. The most widely used application in trusts is estate management. The most well-known one is Murdoch, the former husband of Wendy Deng, who is already 90 years old and has married 4 wives. He is a billionaire with assets such as News Corporation, film and entertainment. When he divorced his second wife, she took away $1.7 billion, which made him very upset. Murdoch thought to himself that I might divorce and get married in the future, so he couldn't give the money to his wife. He wanted to pass it on to his children. Then he set up a trust and the beneficiaries were his children. Because the trust was very flexible, he could set up the 4 children of his former 2 wives to enjoy voting rights shares, while Deng's children could only enjoy some financial benefits. In other words, the power of life and death in this group after him was still in the hands of the 4 children of his former 2 wives. We didn't initially say that if the money was placed in a trust, it didn't belong to Murdoch, nor did it belong to their marital property. Even if they didn't sign a prenuptial agreement, Deng Wendy wouldn't receive anything in the divorce. After Deng Wendy got married, even if you opened your eyes, you wouldn't be able to touch anything they said. So when they finally divorced, he only divided a house in New York and a house in Beijing. Trust also has a very important application called property isolation security, which is to prevent creditors from collecting debts. For example, if I want to start a business now and have achieved some success and some money, but I want to take another risk. As we all know, when starting a business, you may have to sign a bet agreement when raising funds. If it fails in the end, I may be heavily in debt, so I have to use the money I earned before to repay this debt, which is not worth the loss. At this point, what can I do? I can create a trust and put all my previous assets into it. Our family, including myself, my wife, children, and the elderly, are all beneficiaries of this trust. In this case, even if my new entrepreneurial project fails, I can still receive money from this trust every month, which at least does not affect our current lives and serves as a means of isolating property security. I picked up an important point and said that the best player here is Trump's father. They had about $1 billion in real estate back then, and he wanted to give it to his 5 children. At that time, the tax rate was about 55%. In other words, giving it directly would have to pay $550 million in taxes. Jiang is still an old man, so he set up a trust, hired a team of lawyers, and even had an asset appraiser inside. He lowered the price of this asset to a very low level. Anyway, it was a fierce operation and saved $550 million in an instant. Another function of a trust is privacy protection. For example, overseas, such as in the United States, when you buy a house, you can actually find it on your public website. You can find out how much money you spent on buying a house in a certain year or month. Therefore, some wealthy people definitely don't want this information to be made public. They can establish a trust and buy it in the name of a trust. No one knows who it is, which effectively protects their privacy. That's all for this issue. If you have any questions, you can communicate in the comment section. If you are struggling with investment and financial management in your daily life, you can follow me with your fingers and give you different perspectives to plan your investment and financial management, making your life more comfortable. See you in the next issue.